Hey, what's up, everyone? All right, today, a lot of you guys want to know about my beef with this COPE2 guy. All right, I'm going to get into it. I probably need a chair to sit down if I run out of video room on my camera. But we're going to go back to, I don't know, 1983, maybe 1984. First time I ever met COPE2. 1994 maybe, yeah, because I went away after that for a little while and came back out. I got caught doing some shit, but yeah, probably around 84. Yeah, probably around 1984. Me and Lace did these top to bottoms down at Grand Army Plaza. I used to park the Ford train there underground. And we'd jump in there at about 12 o'clock in the afternoon and get out of there by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. They start pulling them out. They start pulling them out earlier, but we pick an area where they pull them out last, you know. And we were taking pictures of these top to bottoms. Mine was just an RD. I think I had a burgundy. No, Lace's was burgundy. Mine's was true blue outline. Both of them with silver filled in. I remember the burgundy because I actually dropped his burgundy down. I had to go crawl and get it. Actually got electrical shock. I'll get into that one day. Let's just get through this COPE2 thing. So me and Lace did these top to bottoms on the Ford train, and we were up in the Bronx taking pictures of them. I forget exactly what outdoor station, like I've explained in the past. We go to outdoor stations to take good pictures and stuff. And truthfully, I actually was with people when they took pictures, but I personally never actually took pictures, never even owned a camera back then. I used to just think the shit would never stop. You know, I never thought it would come to an end, graffiti. But anyway, we were sitting there getting ready, you know, for our shit to pull in. It would be pulling in on the uptown side, and we'd be on the downtown side taking pictures. A little Spanish fellow there. I don't know, he was young, he was probably younger than me. He wasn't all fat like he is now, and he came up to us and he said he wrote spell, S-P-E-L, and you know, he was watching us for about 10-15 minutes. He knew we were writers. So you know, we're talking to him, and you know, it gets to the point, yeah, he's from the Bronx and this and that and blah 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 blah, you know, normal old bullshit. So our pieces pull in, our blockbuster top to bottoms pull in. Well, we get there, and we take pictures, boom, boom, boom. Lace gets pictures of mine and his and everything, you know. So then, this guy Spell, he says, I really don't write Spell. I write COPE2. I'm like, oh, cool, yeah, whatever, you know. He's like, yeah, you know, the reason I did that was because I have beef with MPC. Morris Park Group. Yeah, all right. So I thought you know, white boys were MPC, you know, big fellas and shit. You know, no, we're from Manhattan. So he's like, yo, push KD, the King's Destroy. I said, all right, you know. First thing that popped off in my mind is, like I was saying before, I used to actually go to junior high school with Delta 2, Sash, the 357, Sharp was in school that era. Anyway, these guys actually had a crew called K.A., Kings Arrive, you know, but hey, whatever. They actually knew each other. They were all hanging out. So I said, oh yeah, that's cool, you know, that sounds like a good thing, you know, yeah, thank you very much, you know. Lace is like, yeah, you know, it's a good thing. But now you gotta realize me, Robert Dyer. I write R.D. Now, if I wrote R.D., K.D., some weird shit, it's just, I don't know, that's why I don't push no crews. Plus I don't push crews because I really don't feel like I belong to crews, you know, like 357 is not my crew. I might have been around from the beginning of it and all, and I rep it hard, but that's Lace's crew, L-A-C-E, not me. More of the, if we had a thing where it's whoever gets up the most actually is the shot caller, because they got the most to lose. But that's why I always kind of stayed hard out there also. I didn't want someone else taking the reins, because God knows it could have been a lot harder on the city, you know. Anyway, getting back to COPE2. he threw us down with KD. We went about our business. Me and Lace went back down to Manhattan where we live. He went, I guess, up in the Bronx where he lived. We were in the Bronx. We took pictures. So, maybe a year passes. We bump into him again. He's like, yo, how come you don't push KD this and that? You know? I said, that's that, blah, blah, blah. You know, 357 wasn't even invented yet. Like, it was probably invented the second time we met him. So I was like, yeah, 357, you know, this, that, blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, we leave, go about our business. Now, Lace actually does a whole car on the 2s and 5s. In the E, I think he wrote KD, Kings Destroy. I remember he wrote 1985 in the A or the L or some shit with a lace tag. 357 was out at that point. Now, he did that, you know, just because he's like, yeah, you know, COPE2 was destroying shit at that point. He was up on the insides, had some fill-ins going a lot on the outsides and stuff like that. It was up a lot, you know, it's not a cheap crew to push. Lace pushed it, you know. That was the end of it. And then, many, many years go by. I'm trying to think of the actual years. I can even show you, like, actually during that part of the subway train era, I've had beef with everybody, except for COPE2. Except for COPE2 KD. Also, Crook and them, they were putting in mad fucking work. TBK, TFV, Roaches and them, never had problems with them. Bet, never had problems with them. Never, ever, ever. Never had problems with COPE2 either. As a matter of fact, I used to go to South Bronx High School. And when I graduated from South Bronx High School, right up there, 150-something street, right off St. Anne's, there's a subway there for 5. So, one day I noticed this guy, J.A., actually climbed up on the outdoor stations there where COPE had stuff. I believe he did it with PJ. They had a COPE fill-in or something, like off the side. You wouldn't think COPE2 climbs, but you know, he wasn't like a big fucking pot-bellied pig back then. He was fit. You know, he was a strong-looking fella. So, yeah, he climbed up on them tracks outdoors, did some COPE films. So J.A. came back, you know, came over there, crossed the shit out, and wrote, Frando, do more sit-ups. You know, so now I go there. You know, that's not nice, man. He fucking with Frando. You know, COPE2 get a little bit of a weight problem and shit. So I actually go cross that shit out for COPE2. About 357, no shit, no, you know, no normal bullshit. Figure I'd do my man a favor. I've already had problems with JA at that point. So now, just, I'm throwing that in there, and just to let you know, like, my feelings towards COPE2 at that point. So this is about 1987, 88 maybe. No, it's probably about 89. Now, let's fast forward. The trains die. No more subways. Like I said, I have no problems with COPE2 whatsoever on the subways. A lot of those NPC guys, I used to bump into them up there in the 2s and 5s. Crook, Rook, if you ever actually notice, like my RD bubble letter I do, Crook showed me that shit. I was in there one day with a marker and shit. He's like doing outsides. And that's a whole story for another day, but he actually gave me that outline. I was like, wow, that's cool. He said, yeah, Broomhilda, the Sunday newspapers. Look at the letters, how Broomhilda's written. That's what I do. So, anyway, make a long story short, I was always hopping around the Bronx. My girlfriend was up there that later on became my wife. So, anyway, what year are we up to now? Trains are dead 1989, 1990-ish, we'll call it, right? We're going to shoot up to about 1997 now. I had no problems with COPE2. About 1997, 1998 comes around, all right? Now, in these years of 1997, 1998, there's in the Hall of Fame somewhere, there's a conversation going on. Now, I've actually heard through the grapevine that this dude, COPE2, is a little on the shady side, man. Be careful around him, you know. So I do just that. I have the right to choose who I want to hang out with, correct? I never said nothing. I don't know. I had nothing. I never wrote with the man a day in my life. I didn't give a fuck. I just figured, yeah, I don't want to get caught up in some circle like that. It's no real loss. I could cut that shit right here, and go my way. Have no problems with the man. Don't want to be associated with him or anything. So anyway, about 97, 98. We're all sitting there talking. I forget if it was Wayne, COD was there, or someone. Anyway, this thing came up about the baby-faced butchers. Now, they happen to be from my neighborhood. I know people that know them, that this and that, and the whole 9 yards. And you know how the media gets with all this and that. So they start throwing people, shit in there and everything. Let me point out to you that at that point, I was about 30 years old. These baby-faced butchers were 15 years old. And now you're probably wondering baby-faced butchers, so I'm just going to lay it out there real quick. It was a girl and a boy. They were 15 years old now. They killed some dude in Central Park. Now what happens is this dude, obviously, it was clear in the papers, but the way they worded it back then, it's like fucking Epstein was allowed to do what he does, almost like pedophiles and shit. But you really look at the picture, the way I'm going to explain it to you right now, and you come up with your own judgment, because these 2 children went to jail for a pretty good bit of time. They're out now. The girl is actually all fucked up. She was in some kind of a car accident or something like that. But they're out, paroled, everything done, living their lives, children, all shit. But at this point in life, the reason these kids did this was, this man's giving them alcohol and drugs in Central Park. This man's, all right, I'm in my 50s right now. This guy was like fucking how old I am now, or like late 40s or something. Now, Robert Dyer, would never give a child liquor or fucking drugs. Like, he's got another meaning behind that. Central Park, the rent, So, anyway, he goes to put his arm around the girl. It's all in the newspapers. I'm not telling on anyone or anything. It's all over with. But anyway, the guy puts his arm around. They fucked this dude up 6 ways to Sunday. I can understand they chopped his fucking arm off, his hand off, because that's the hand that he put around the girl that's actually the kid's girlfriend or whatever at that point. They chops the hand off, I can understand that. I don't know, but they chopped his nose off, they beheaded him, they fucking cut him straight down, they disemboweled him, pulled his guts out all over the fucking place. They had a party on this fucking dude. It was like an art project or some shit. So they got arrested for it. But these, I saw COPE2 was in this conversation that was being brought up about this, So I'm like, I just walked away. Like, I don't know, people asking me questions and stuff. So I'm like, send COPE2. It's like, yo, this and that. And, it's just a conversation about these people. And that's around the time when they were getting ready to get sentenced and shit like that. It was all through the newspapers and everything like that. Around the time when these people were going to get sentenced. So, I'm thinking to myself, I hear this guy, he likes to run around and talk to police and stuff like that. Now, let me lay this on the line. With these people killing that man, I think they should have got a medal. Personally, the dude was obviously on some pedophile shit. If not, he's breaking the law by endangering the welfare of a child. You give a child a bunch of alcohol and fucking pills or whatever the fuck, LSD, or whatever the fuck the drugs might have been. There's some questions about LSD in the article. I'm not just throwing out rumors, but in that newspaper thing, it did mention LSD and stuff like that. I remember it. The boy, I know people's family, you know what I'm saying? So, I know. Now, what happens is, he was trying to come on to them. And in New York City, Manhattan, Midtown Manhattan, like where I fucking live, I was out there fucking 13, 14 years old, man. And yo, you got to protect your ass, man. Male or fucking female, man. It don't fucking matter, man. It's a crazy fucking world out there, man. I could tell you stories, man. Believe you me. Yeah, that's right, Like there's times where I'll tell you one. Fuck it, let me drop it down. I'll get my name involved, but we rode on a truck once. It was about 3 of us. Walking home from John Jay Park. A few of the guys lived down in the 60s where I lived. John Jay Park's up in the 70s. So we walk home together. We're riding on a truck. All 3 of us rode graffiti. So a car pulls up, right? So I'm looking at him. I'm like, you know, I see an old man in there. It's nothing to worry about, you know. So takes off. You know? Well, a block or two later, he's up a couple of spots ahead of us as we're walking by, right? So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is up with this dude, man? So I look in. I see the guy. He's got a beanie on. He's got a long gray beard, big belly. He's fucking jerking off. So I'm like, oh, jeez, so fucking disgusted. You know, he's like jerking off to us as he's looking in this fucking side mirror. And so I'm like, yo. And so my friend, I'm not going to mention his name, because I go, what happened? I'm like, I just been beating his meat to us, man. Some fucking weird fag shit. I used the word fag. It was a long time ago. Forgive me or whatever. But he dude's on some fag shit. He's like choking out over there on this shit. My friend was like, what? I was like, yo, I'm for real. You know, he walked up. He leaned over the car. The guy's window was down. Took a razor out and cut the fucking guy like this. From here, like this. Right, I saw the fucking windshield go. Like, yo, I'm dead serious. And shit blew up like a bag of fucking water or something. And I saw the guy spin out. He took off and smashed right into a car. His fucking horn was honking, and we just kept fucking walking. And eventually an ambulance came over or something. I don't know. Later on in life, when I became an adult, I started realizing he probably smashed like that because he's probably married or something. This way it looked like he was in a car accident. He got his face ripped open. But he knew, man. He felt that fucking warmth ooze down and get in his eyes. He knew he was bleeding. He knew. So he probably just smashed his car to fake an accident. Later on in life, that's what I thought. I know we didn't kill him. I mean, you look at me. I'm all sliced up. I've been down dealing with razors and shit my whole fucking life. You know what I'm saying? It's like... he ain't dying. If anything, might not be able to see out one eye, but the dude wasn't dead. It wasn't no wild shit like that. But that goes to show you how shit is out there, man. Especially back then. You know, we're talking about the 90s at this point, you know. And, well, when that guy got cut open now, that shit was like before the beepers. We were like 16, 17 years old when that actually happened. Yeah, but this Daphne thing with the baby-faced butchers, Chris and Daphne, yeah, that was like 97, 98. So I didn't feel comfortable talking about this stuff. It's got nothing to do with me. Like graffiti writers, I'll talk to them about graffiti. You know, I'm not going to sit there talking about politics in the neighborhood and shit. You know, I don't know them like that. You know what I mean? So anyway, like I said, I have the right to choose who I hang out with and who I don't hang out with. So amongst these people, I might have smirked, like, yeah, right. You know, then Cope got hot-headed. COPE2 said, what? Oh, I see. Yo, you think I'm a rat. You on that bullshit like everybody else. And I said, I'm thinking, I ain't saying nothing. That's what I told him. I said, I ain't saying nothing. He said, I know, man, with that Howe and Nazem, right? Howe and Nazem, man. He's like, yo, let me tell you something, Rob. They're not even from New York. They're like Germans or something like that. That's what he told me. Now, I swear to you, I didn't even hear, I never even knew of Howe and Nazem at that point in my life. These people just told me that, you know, there's shit going around about this guy talking shit. So I didn't even know Howe and Nazem. I never met them or even saw their graffiti at that point. So I said, what's the matter? You got a guilty conscience? I mean, you know, this is all new to me. I figure, let me poke the bear a little and see what comes out. Yeah. And what, you got a guilty conscience? No, I'm just saying, you know, fuck them, man. This, that, you know, they should, blah, blah. I'm like, well, whatever, man. I'm out, man. Peace. And like I said, I have the right to hang out with who I hang out with. Many years have passed after that. And I'd have problems with other people, other graffiti crews. I'm serious, like people not even worth mentioning. They were like such a little blip on the radar. Now, I have no problem spelling their names, but it's like, I don't even remember. To be truthful, you know, I had so much beef. But somewhere along the line with some of these guys. And he started getting nasty with them towards me. You know? And this is when this thing came out called SASTER. Streets are saying things. This is actually a graffiti writer. He's kind of involved with Brooklyn and all those guys out there, that whole section of people and shit. And it was SASTER. So COPE2's on there talking mad shit about me, you know. And I get problems with like Bet TFV, Scuff, and them. You know, so then yeah, this guy, you know, this, that. So then COPE2 jumps on that bandwagon and just joins in on the conversation. And, you know, I'll throw jobs back at them, yo, fuck you, yo, this, that, you know, normal bullshit. But whenever I see COPE2 up, I go out for them, you know. So then, I bump into him in the Hall of Fame one day. No, actually, yeah, he said he was going to be there on the disaster thing. I'll be there. I think it was 2007 or something like that. Oh, I'll be in the Hall of Fame. Oh, this, huh? I'm like, well, I'll be there. You know, I'm always there, man. I stay. Like, I was there, honestly, that whole time, from like sun up to sundown, sometimes even throughout. I hung out with Frosty Freeze, Stay High, So TNS, Joey TDS, who were hanging out in the gymnasium court area where they keep all the paint and stuff, and they lock up all the ladders and shit. Yeah, about 4 or 5 in the morning. There was no one else there in the whole yard. Next day I was there. I didn't see him. Well, it's like the last day or something. I go there with this girl, Erica. I was dating at the time. So now, you know, I'm there and trying to act respectful. You know, it's a pretty girl. She's not a hood rat or nothing, you know. Oh, he said, yo, what's up, RD, this, that, you know? Hey, not much, man. I was like, oh, man, talk to you for a minute, man. Like, what the fuck's all this shit you popping, man? On the fucking computer and shit, man. Come up to me like that shit with all this love shit, man. You bugging the fuck out. He said, yo, come on, Rob. You gonna let that shit get to you, man? That's this and that. And like some shit about his mother's sister's little brother's uncle's cousin did it. Like, while he didn't log off his computer or some wild. He was stuttering, man. I'm like, chilling, you know? It's just wild, man. So he was with this guy, Quest, KD. This guy, Quest. You know, I mean, Cope, I was like, oh, all right, you know, whatever. So this guy, Quest, was like, yo, what's up with your man, D3? Yo, what's up with your boy, D3? And I'm like, who, Sammy? He's right there. Yo, Sam, come here. Yo, come here. Yo, this dude want to talk to you. So Sammy comes over, you know, big, boom, you know, Sammy ain't no little kid, man. I'm not, what the fuck? He had these 2 big dog ones, 2 fucking, one was actually a Mastiff Pit Bull mix, the other one was a full-blooded Pit Bull. I actually gave him them dogs. When he comes up, there's 2 dogs, right? So, yo, what's up? Well, Sammy ain't no punk, you what? So all of a sudden, Quest is like, yo, my man, I just want to say, yo, shit, yeah, you be rocking, man, but yo, what's up with that beef and this and that? And D3 just looked and said, yo, man, you a legend, kid. Yo, this, that, shook his hand. So they walked away. I was like, Sam's like, what the fuck was that about? I don't know. The guy was ready to beat you up, man. He's like, yeah, come on. You know, I was even poking a little, you know, like, I set shit off, fuck that. You know me, I'm not coped the fuck out, let him do Quest, this shit, yeah, I think. But Joey also was like, oh, Rob, chill, you know. There's a Hall of Fame, the event's going on, that's how he gets his cheddar, you know. Right, I was ready, man. I was like, yeah, man, you know, he was over here talking mad shit until he found out you were actually here, you know. Sam's like, oh, well, whatever. You know, he goes back over and talks to whoever the fuck he was talking to. I'm over there with the people I'm with and shit like that. I think RE was there, Soul was there. I remember OJ might have been there. He was riding around a little scooter, like a Razor, a little daughter, a Frosty Freeze. Case 2 was in an argument with K-Slay. Case 2 and K-Slay were exchanging words maybe 20 minutes before the shit I'm talking about. Or actually after, right around that same point. Like right after we finished our shit, Case 2 and K-Slay started arguing because K-Slay used to write Dez TFA. I don't know what it was about. I wasn't over there, but I saw them, you know, they were exchanging hard words, putting fist up and shit, or in Case's term, fist. But shit, well, yeah, you know, people, some kind of argument was going on over there. But anyway, past that now, that's pretty much all I could really go on to about the fucking guy. I just have the right to choose who I hang out with, not hang out with. I've honestly never said nothing bad about that dude early on, nothing like that. He's the one who started poking all that bullshit at me. See what it is with this guy? He's fake. He's a fraud. He got to keep his street cred up. Like I said, I don't take nothing from him. During the days with the 4 trains, he rocked them shits. He rocked them shits hard. He even got some of the D's. He had the 4s on the insides and the outsides. Can't take nothing from the man. But after that, he's been nothing. He's just like a big fat mushroom growing on a tree. And I mean, he does this legal stuff, but I'm sorry, I do not pay attention to that. That means nothing to me. If you got some kind of permission and say, I could sit in my bedroom and do a fucking amazing piece on a fucking canvas if I wanted to. Am I lying? You people see my artwork. But it's just, it's not graffiti. You get me? To me, that's not graffiti. Like, you're not allowed to have permission. I've done 2 permission walls in my fucking life. 2 of them, and that's it. One was Sweet Chicks out there in fucking Brooklyn for my man John Seymour. Shout out, Sweet Chicks, good chicken. Man, I've known that dude since he was a little guy, man. Way back from here. Yeah, he used to blow. He ain't fucking around either, man. Fuck yeah. John Seymour. Who else? When did I do the other one? I know there's 2 of them. There's 2 of them somewhere. I don't know. I did another legal one somewhere, somehow, or some shit. I just can't remember it. The fish I did on Christie Street with the RD inside it, that wasn't legal, but it looked legal because it was on a fish store. But I know there's another legal one I'm forgetting. Truck. A truck. Yeah. I did a truck, a legal truck on 65th and 2nd Avenue. That was legal. I was allowed to do it. I buy fruit off the guy all the time. He let me do that. Yeah, that's legal. Other than that, it ain't nothing legal. Now, getting back to this whole COPE2 thing, what he does is he's in the galleries and he's selling his artwork. Just like I said before about Reese and Futura, what the fuck have they really done? Yes, they're good in the corporate world or with computer graphics, like I was saying about Reese and Futura designing guitars for Eric Clapton and shit. Yeah, that's that money shit. But that ain't that ink on the wall or that paint on the wall illegally. Keyword illegal. If you ain't illegal, in my eyes, you ain't a writer. I'm sorry. You're running on fucking fumes, man, from the fucking 80s, man. Nah. Illegal is the key fucking word. I got this, I'm looking at, like I said, I've been looking at these lists of graffiti writers. They're considered the 10 best in New York City. It's like Cause, K-A-W-S. I never swore that shit up. You know what I mean? Like a Reese, a Futura, like G-Mos, G-E-O-M-O-S or some shit, they're twins or something. And I'm like, oh, that shit ain't graffiti. It's like some weird characters with long fucking arms and shit. Find out them dudes ain't even from New York. They're like Brazilian or something. But you look at Reese, I've said that last time, he's done nothing. Nothing on the fucking trains. Nothing even worth speaking about. He didn't do a lot of fill-ins. He didn't do a lot of tags. He didn't do a lot of pieces. Now, he hung out with a bunch of people that did a lot of shit. And he made a lot of money. So it's like, woo-woo, let's scream that shit from a horn, Reese. You know? But this guy Cause, K-A-W-S. I haven't even seen him up on legal walls, yo. Like I never, for New York City we're talking, I don't even see the guy up on walls that people get paid to do. I do know he did these little, like, they stole Mickey Mouse's fucking body, and look, some Save the Robot's fucking skull head and stuck the shit together and fucking bing bing, give me money. I don't know, that's not graffiti to me. I don't recognize the guys for graffiti at all. But this is kind of what I'm saying. That obscures it. Like, you see the shit I'm talking about. That's fucking graffiti. You know, bang, bang, fight, mud, crawling up, all that shit is graffiti. Like, to me, it was like things that were done by the poverty children, the less fortunate. You know what I mean? It was kind of our way to say, man, fuck you. You know what I mean? You're young, you're rebelling. That's what that shit was. But hey, I'm not hating on a dude to make a little butter, you know, make a little money or whatever. Hey, whatever works for you. I do it too. I sell my canvases all the time anyway. But don't go throwing me in your fucking crowd, man. Like every time that dude COPE2 has a problem, someone comes at him. He comes, oh yeah, you're RD. I'm like, what the fuck? So that's how I am now with him. I'll poke the bear every chance I get. I'm like, yo, fuck him, man. No, fuck that shit. You know, because why not? Why not? What's he gonna do? You see that dude, like I said, he's like a pot-bellied pig. He's like that Spanish fucking pork meal that they eat, that pork shoulder, like grizzled with a stick through it. That's what the fucking guy looks like. Like, come on, let's be real. I can understand he doesn't have much to go on. He's a one-trick pony. Yeah, he's a one-trick pony. You don't see me with no smoke, no fucking mirrors, no nothing. I go out there, I tie my fucking shoelaces, and I do my fucking shit. Bottom line. I don't know, no smoking fucking mirrors. It's there. You know it. It's there. That's it. End of story. You know, I don't sit there talking about things that aren't there or that were never there. You know, like, I don't get it. He should have enough fucking steam off them 4 trains. All the graffiti's done on them 4 trains, that should carry them a long way, or maybe break off, you know, or something. But, you know, don't come fucking with little old me. I'm over here doing my little thing, you know. And this is a funny story because it breaks into almost 2 episodes. But you got this guy, I can't believe I just fucking forgot his fucking name. Out in North Basel, he was doing Michael Rappaport. I'm gonna get down. We're gonna break this quick. I wanted to make this an episode of itself. Michael Rappaport is an actor, right? Let me just get into the COPE2 part first, all right? I've seen a video footage. Saster, Streets Are Saying Things, that website I was talking about before when he was on there popping shit. They were best of friends back then. Yeah, fuck Robert. They even would delete my comments on that website. Streets Are Saying Things. They would delete my comments and leave COPE2's comments. Now, turn that clock, right, to 2-3 years ago, before this pandemic shit. They're down in Art Basel. I'm watching this video footage. COPE2's are just... and then you got some little guy like this. Yo, and I'm bugging on this shit because it's down during Art Basel or Willoma, that chick with that wall downtown or whatever. Anyway, Art Basel, you guys know probably more about it than me. It's like in Florida, everyone gets together and they sell their artwork. What happens is, I'm watching this footage. It's kind of dark out. You know, one guy's like, and the other one's like, you know, it was hilarious. But then I hear a voice. Look, honey, quick, call the cops. I'm like, holy shit, that's Michael Rappaport's voice. Now, funny one. Michael Rappaport is an actor, all right, who was in True Romance, Higher Learning, a bunch of different movies. He used to live in this building called the Pavilion. I believe it's 550 East 77th Street, right up the block from John J. Porter. Do you know the first time I ever got arrested? I was probably 12 years old. Yeah, because of him, he's a rat. He ratted on me and he was like 9. Michael Rappaport, true story. He lived in this place called the Pavilion. Same building Rodney Dangerfield lived in, the comedian. He's got money. Anyway, I'll tell you, Rodney Dangerfield ain't no little punk either. He came down to the park like, yo, he was ready to set it off, man. He would like grab us and shit. Like, rah, rah, rah. But let's get back to Michael Rappaport. Me and JJ, 357, before 357 existed, before he even wrote graffiti, before I even wrote graffiti, we had these things called blockbusters, fireworks. You get them down on Canal Street.